Hare Krishna, everyone. So, we are going to read the next verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. Welcome to the Srimad Bhagavatam reading session. The verse that we have is, let me share and then we'll start with the prayers. Okay. Yeah. So, this is the verse 3:28:34. We are going to read this verse today. So, let's start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टां स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीवैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपसागरजातं सागणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Okay, so we are going to read this verse and I expect the session to be shorter because I'm going to just read and then I'm going to close the meeting. So I have something related to work that I have to take care of. So here the verse 3:28:34. Evam harau bhagavati pratilabdha bhavo bhaktya dravad dridaya utpukalah pramodat औत्कंठा बस्पा कलया मुहुर अर्यमानाश अच्छापि चित्ता बदिसं सनाकैर्वियुक्ते. These are the synonyms. Evam, thus, Harau, towards Lord Hari, Bhagavati, the personality of Godhead, Pratilabdha, developed, Bhava, pure love, Bhaktya, by devotional service, Dravat, melting, Hridayah, his heart, Utpulakaha, experiencing standing of the hairs of the body, Pramodat, from excessive joy, Autkantya, occasioned by intense love, Baspakalaya, by the stream of tears, Muhu, constantly, Ardya Manaha, being afflicted, Tat, that, Cha, and, Api, even, Chitta, the mind, Badisam, Badisam, hook, Sanakeh, gradually, Viyungte, withdraws. So, very interesting verse. So, the translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, here is the translation for this verse. By following this course, the yogi gradually develops pure love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari. In the course of this progress in devotional service, the hairs on his body stand erect through excessive joy, and he is constantly bathed in the stream of tears occasioned by intense love. Gradually, even the mind which he used as a means to attract the Lord, as one attracts a fish to the hook, withdraws from material activity. Very powerful verse. Let's read the purport. Here it is clearly mentioned that meditation, which is an action of the mind, is not the perfect stage of samadhi or absorption. In the beginning, the mind is employed in attracting the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But in the higher stages, there is no question of using the mind. A devotee becomes accustomed to serving the Supreme Lord by purification of his senses. In other words, the yoga principles of meditation are required as long as one is not situated in pure devotional service. The mind is used to purify the senses, but when the senses are purified by meditation, there is no need to sit in a particular place and try to meditate upon the form of the Lord. One becomes so habituated that he automatically engages in the personal service of the Lord. When the mind forcibly is engaged upon the form of the Lord, this is called Nirjiva Yoga or lifeless yoga. For the yogi does not automatically engage in the personal service of the Lord. But when he is constantly thinking of the Lord, that is called Sabija Yoga or living yoga. I think I said Nirjiv Yoga, it was Nirbij Yoga. And Sabij Yoga or living yoga. One has to be promoted to the platform of living yoga or Sabij Yoga. One should engage in the service of the Lord 24 hours a day, as confirmed in Brahma Samhita. The stage of Premanjana Charita can be attained by developing complete love. When one's love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead in devotional service is fully developed, one always sees the Lord, even without artificially meditating on his form. His vision is divine because he has no other engagement. At this stage of his spiritual realization, it is not necessary to engage the mind artificially. Since the meditation recommended in the lower stages is a means to come to the platform of devotional service, those already engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord are above such meditation. This stage of perfection is called Krishna consciousness. So, very, very strong verse, very good summary of how things happen. Uh, so, let me share a couple of minutes. Okay. Okay. So, very crisp verse. Srila Prabhupada is explaining here exactly how this progress to pure devotional service happens, or and essentially it's going from. I was listening to one of the lectures from Hariparshad Prabhu. Samadhi is the highest stage, and this is what Prabhupada is making it very easy for us, giving just the summary of everything on how Samadhi works. Uh, so yoga principles, as he says, right? It's useful for bringing us closer to the stage of Samadhi. So for early practitioner, we can start trying with focusing on the all those yoga techniques. The goal is to go towards Samadhi. Samadhi is what we call in our Brahma Samhita or in Srila Rupa Goswami's writing or what Prabhupada is saying is Premanjana Churita stage, or essentially where spontaneous love or Raganuga Bhakti develops. When that happens, then one does not have to worry about or even try to think about the Lord. One is always thinking about the Lord. So that is how it happens. When somebody gets to that Raganuga stage, one does not have to try and focus on the Lord. One is always completely immersed into the name, form, Leela of the Lord. People are in that stage where they are always participating in the Leela of the Lord, and they are always thinking of Lord as their own, not like Lord. It's their own family member or whatever relationship or rag that they have. So essentially, this is such a nice way in which Prabhupada has explained all this. This is why a very highly elevated principle, and the way in which this happens, but very nicely, subtly, and crisply explained by Srila Prabhupada. So with this, I would recommend that we close today's talk. I have something to take care of related to work. Drop off a little early. Anyone has anything to share before we close the call? Okay. So with this, we'll pause the dialogue for today and have a good day, devotees. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.